Welcome to the Drooniverse!
And welcome one and welcome all to the wonder that is Wednesday. Oh, and me as well. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. I missed my Monday stream as well. I mean, yes, so God, uh, I've got I've got the longest intro ever. That sounds like a challenge. Oh, my pin is crooked. Well, I yeah, I, I took a plasma bolt to the knee, I'd be a space adventurer like you, but there we go. Let me sort that out. Oh, it is. Sorry, I don't notice that thing. There we go. Even my hat's not straight. There we go. So, I don't think my head's straight actually. I mean, this may not become as a surprise to many of you, but when I put my hat on, it doesn't feel immediately natural. It feels like it should be slightly off at an angle, which maybe suggests my head has the wrong, it's the wrong shape, or possibly my hat is the wrong shape. I don't know, one or the other. Commander Byrne is from the future. It's Thursday, wherever he is. Let's go. Right, so I suppose I'll do the thing because the thing is the thing. The thing must be done. So let's without further ado, because there's plenty to do usually. Let's do that. God, it's a long way back to the top of this chat, and I'm not sure I've got to the top because D Pitman 42 is asking, is there a stream today? I can confirm, yes. Indeed, there is, but it's a surprisingly late 24 minutes past the past 7 o'clock that he's arrived in the stream. So there we go. Ugly Spirit seems to think there probably isn't going to be a stream. Sorry to disappoint you there, Ugly Spirit, because there is. It's here. It's now, and you're watching it. Possibly, if you're still here. Maybe you've given up in disgust. Who knows? Topshot is next in the chat as well. Good to see you, Topshot. Thank you very much. Winter Mute GB is in fourth place. Of course he is. That's where he is. So seems to be having something of an existential crisis, which is part of the course on Wednesdays. To be fair, so I think that's all very well. Who else do we have? There's plenty of conversations going on between Topshot and D Pitman and Wintermute GB for quite some time until Cyberdivey turns up. Good to see you as well. Solstice Project is here. My most enthusiastic doer. Or should I say do. That's right. Rundown Titan is here, having run down the Titans, which is good to. This is always good to have run down the Titans. I think it's important to have run down the Titans. Have a Boo Boo is here with his customary 4 thumbs up, which is good to see. Commander Dave Tinman is here, waiting for bated breath for the bagpipes. Hope I didn't disappoint. Commander Eric von Vosa. No, Commander Eric Vonza. Sorry, I got where the von Vosa came from. Apologies for that. But anyway, Eric Von... no, not Von. Yeah, Eric Von Sa. I want to put an extra syllable in there for some strange reason. No idea why. Commander Tragic Blue 21 is here as well. Big 39 GT. Good to see you as well. Crispy 77 is here as well. Good to see you. Eridan Dun Dragon is done dragoning for the day. And is with us this evening. Good to see you. Atlas _ System 01 is here as well. Good to see you. Nordlander 42 is here as well. The Sneaky Dino is here. Good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in. Biff Boy 81 is here as well. The Hot Golens are here, as ever, ready to invade Arrakis. They still haven't, but they will. They maybe. Commander Bird is here, waiting for the bagpipes to be unleashed. Bullet 05 is here as well. And we have first time chat from Katrina, the Drew Wager. No, sorry, just a Drew Wager. Although I don't think there are many other Drew Wagers out there. At least not anymore. I did have one assassinated many years ago, which is a story I've told before on the stream. So if there are any other Drew Wagers out there, hello and welcome. I'm a Drew Wager, and that's me. So if anybody else is out there, hey, good to see you too. Commander Terakov is here as well. Felix Lester is here as well. The Iraqis are here slightly late to the stream. Busy fending off the invasion of the Harkonnens as ever. And who else we have? Sleepy D Wagon Man is here as well. Dean Darkstar Drock. Not sure what's going on with my voice this evening. Is here as well. Good to see you. A funny asteroid is here, which is always good news because it's never a good space game unless you've got a funny asteroid. Anonymous Commander is here as well. Good to see you. Alan K. Dell is here. Good to see you. Thank you very much indeed for popping in. Felix Lister. No, Solstice Project is singing away. Da, da, da. You like the little Trumbles? Well, I did a little video of the Trumbles, which we'll talk a little bit more about Trumbles in a moment. Because why not? Nobody else is. Couldn't find anything really in Elite Dangerous at all about Trumbles. So, but there we go. Andy P783, which rhymes, very important to point that out, is here as well. Good to see you. The Gnord of Arg, Gonda. Good to see you as well. The Kazakh is here too. That's good to see you. And I think I'm almost at the bottom of the chat. Ozarelli is here as well. Good to see you. The Kazakh is here. All the way down. Dominant Hornet is here as well. Good to see you. Huckleberry 696 is here. J of Gods is here. A few names I'm not so familiar with. Good to see you, folks. Good to see you. Commander Gerrymander is here. The Big Boo is here, and he's late. Well, you're just about on time. You got into the thing that can be thing. You can't have two Drew eggs in the same time, and that would be very dangerous indeed. Commander Zibius is here as well. And Commander Welsh Dragon, hello. He's not here, just to be clear. Anybody else not clear as to the Welsh Dragon situation? Hopefully not. General Failure is here as well. And Wintermute GB has resigned. We've got the bottom of the chat. Excellent. Right, that's enough of that. Those of you who are still here thinking, what on earth is all this about? Well, you should know the score. 6. Where have you been for these last... How many years have I been streaming now? Far too many, I feel. You guys just won't let me go. I could go and make something meaningful in my life. Actually, I couldn't. Crispy made 1.3 billion in the Finance Friday event. I was thinking of getting a fleet carrier. Well, congratulations. Maybe I could write some poetry. I'm not very good at anything like that, actually. I can't do short stories. I definitely can't do poetry. Yeah, it's not really me. I'm a long story. So I can't wrap things up quickly, which you might be surprised to know. Dear. Right, stop laughing at my own jokes. It's time. We must get on to the waffle. So here we go. Right, where's the button? There it is. Right, stand by, my friends. Right, well, you may have spotted that I did a lore video this afternoon. I was just sort of inspired. I thought the Trumbles are quite a good thing to have a little chat about, because they are a genuine invention of commanders David Braben and Ian Bell. You know, they were in the Commodore 64 version, for which I put a little nod for the discerning types in the little lore video I produced. It just appealed to me this afternoon, so I thought I'm going to go and do that. Actually, it was this morning, so when I recorded it. So yeah, that was good. It was a little bit of fun. I've got a Trumble, as you probably saw. Yes, and apologies for not doing the transparent background. I literally didn't have any time. So I'm just gonna let's I'm gonna have a Trumble just for company while I talk about them. So I've got 2 Trumbles actually. There we go. There's the other one. It's just sort of plonk them there. Because they're a bit of fun. Now, some of you may be, well, hang on a minute, that looks a bit 8-bit. And you'd be right, they are. What is this morning of which you speak? Says Big Boo. Well, yes, I used to be more of a morning person than I am. My wife is more of a morning person than me now. She gets up, you know, quick. She gets up 6:30. I mean, silly woman. And I don't. So she gets up early. So yeah, but I don't like to get going. You know, I'm not a sort of, I don't laze about very well. I'm not. I'm a bit like my old Golf GTI. I don't idle well. You have to keep revving me to keep me moving. So, Crispy77 says, "Is the background from Space Engine?" It is. It was an old version of Space Engine from quite some time ago, and it's just a looping kind of flying through the universe kind of thing, which kind of works, right? Because that's kind of what we're doing. So you've seen 6 a.m. from the other side. Yeah, I occasionally have to get up early. I mean, we had to get up early on Sunday actually because we went down to Kent. Um, flew down using an airplane, as is the traditional way, and as a result, had to get up very early because it's one of those things you have to get to the airport earlier than this, that, and the other, and do all the security stuff, which is much better nowadays than it used to be, I have to say. But so there we go. That's all good. So yeah, that's the only time I try and get up early. But there we go. So yeah. As for the Trumbles, anyway, so the Trumbles, there aren't hundreds of them in 5 minutes. I'll be disappointed. So the Trumbles are not at all related to Tribbles. Okay, not in the slightest. Okay, so they're whilst they are small and round and reproduce very very rapidly, they're completely different from Tribbles from Star Trek, which are small and round and reproduce very rapidly. No, there's no connection at all. They only have appeared in one, as far as I'm aware, they might have appeared in some of the other 8-bit ports. I'm not sure. Somebody may know this. They certainly first appeared on the Commodore 64 version, and that's the only time you're going to get me to say Commodore 64 without going. Because of course I am a diehard ZX Spectrum man, and the Commodore 64 is just, I mean, it's just wrong. Okay, it's, I mean, in the school playground, there were 3 camps. Actually, no, there were 4 camps, right? Uh, there were the cool kids. Okay, they had the ZX Spectrums, but they were also the poor kids, or at least the relatively poor kids. The Commodore 64s were the slightly Johnny come lately guys. Okay, who were trying to be cool but weren't. All right. Uh, and then the third camp was the BBC crew, and they were just the posh kids. Again, they got beaten up because they had too much money, right? So anybody who had a BBC was rich. They had rich parents. Okay, then there was the fourth camp of people who bought the wrong computer. Okay, so in that camp you had people like the Atari owners and the Jupiter Aces and the Oryx and maybe the Acorn Electron and things like that, right? Okay, they'd been stupid and bought the wrong computer, right? So, but the Commodore 60. I mean, to be fair, going back to the those days, right? Oh yeah, the TRS-80, which I don't. I mean, the TRS-80 didn't really feature so much in the UK. I think it's more an American thing. Oh, and the Dragon, the Dragon 32. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, the Commodore. I mean, hardware-wise, right? Yes, okay. I completely admit that the Commodore 64 wiped the floor with the Spectrum in terms of the hardware in general terms. Okay, so for most things, it was better. But the thing that Spectrum had over the Commodore 64 was it was a lot cheaper, right? It was about half the price, so that's a bonus, right? But it had a much faster processor because your Commodore 64 was clocked at under a megahertz, and the Spectrum was at 3.5. Now I know it's not directly comparable for reasons of CPU architecture and blah 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 blah, right? But the Spectrum, particularly for maths and vector-related graphics, the Spectrum could wipe the floor with the Commodore 64. The Commodore 64, of course, had sprites as on the screen, these Trumbles, and it had much better sound and blah 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 blah, and probably more flexible graphics modes and all that sort of stuff. The Spectrum actually only had one graphics mode, and that was it. In fact, it didn't even have a text mode. Graphics was all you got. There was just one mode of the Spectrum, and that was that. So yeah, and the Spectrum didn't have any hardware support for anything. So if you wanted it to do something, you had to write it yourself, which actually forced the developers to be quite creative with it. And then yes, it's all ancient history, and then the Amigas and the STs and everything came along. But okay, so the BBC, obviously Elite originally came out on the BBC, and it was written by David Braben and Ian Bell for the BBC Micro Model B. Okay, 2 versions, one for the disc and one for the cassette, and that was, I suppose, is probably the definitive Elite because it's the first one, right? And then the VIC 20. Don't even talk about that. um, so basically, then Elite was ported. Now it was ported quite quickly to the Commodore 64 because the Commodore 64 CPU was not quite the same as the BBC one, but similar to. I think the BBC had the 6502 and the Commodore 64 had the 6510, which is presumably a slightly different later version of the 6502. The Commodore wasn't quite as fast as the BBC in raw speed, but it made up for it in colours and flexibility and sounds and stuff. In fact, when you fire up the Commodore 64 version of it, you get a very nitty, dainty little tune that plays as the ships are spinning around, and so on and so forth. Now, the Commodore 64 version of Elite was written, or at least ported, by David Braben and Ian Bell specifically. So they actually authored that version. Now, they added in the Trumbles as a sort of cheaty little mission. It's not really a mission, but it sort of is a mission. Okay, so basically, when you get to 5,000 credits in Commodore 64 Elite, it's basically a trader appears and says, "Would you like to buy this remarkable rare gift thing?" And you go, "Yes, of course I would, because I'm a naive commander and I don't know better." And so you do, and you get a small, cute, fluffy companion in your cargo bay, which is jolly nice. And then the next time you try and load up your cargo bay, you find there's not quite so much space in your cargo bay as you thought there was, because suddenly you've now got 150 small fluffy companions in your cargo bay. And this basically, if you refresh the inventory screen, you can see the number of these things growing rather fast. And eventually, what happens? You get, I think it gets to a big number, something like 15,000 or 30,000 of these creatures inside your cargo bay, and then basically you can't buy any more cargo because the cargo bay is stuffed to the wall with small fluffy creatures. And then what's quite nice on the Commodore 64 version is you hear this sort of purring sound. It goes like that constantly when you've played the game. And then these little fellas here appear on the screen, and they just sort of wander around the screen. And I think David Braben and Ian Bell must have just sort of looked at the Commodore 64 and said, "Well, it's got this sprite mechanism. Let's use that for something." So they did. So your ship occasionally gets infested by these little creatures, and they literally do nothing but wander around the screen blocking it. They serve no useful function. There's no benefit to having them on board other than they just make a noise. And clutter what you just play. Oh, and by the way, thank you very much for the follow from. I just missed that because I'm chattering away. Who was it? Somebody followed me. I forgot to call them out. So anyway, thank you very much for the follow. And the first time chat from Ground Fence. You remember using merge ditto ditto? Yes. Someone who knows. Anyway, so these things appear on your screen. And there's no way to get rid of them. You can't sell them. You can't purge them. You can't eject them into space or anything. They're just there. They just get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. The only way to get rid of them is to fly close to the sun and melt them. And they make a sort of noise, and then they die. And so they're called Trumbles in Elite, which is obviously a kind of derivative, presumably, of Tribbles from Star Trek. There is some speculation. I think David Braben maybe mentioned once in an interview that they were named after, I think it's Douglas Trumbull, who was a sort of special effects pioneer, worked on things like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, stuff like that. So I believe that to be the case. I haven't actually found any evidence of that, but I've heard that in the past, so I'm sort of repeating it now because it's the sort of thing that sounds like it might be true, but I can't confirm it. Well, I'll have to add that to my list of things to ask David Braben, which is getting an extremely long list after all this time. So yeah, the Commodore 64 had a little sprite mechanism. Clearly, the BBC and the Spectrum didn't, so they never did this. And thus, the Trumbles infested only pilots flying elite spaceships on the Commodore 64 version. They may have turned up in things like the MSX port. I don't think they were on the Atari ST or the Commodore Amiga versions of Elite. And I don't think they've ever reappeared in, alas, Frontier Elite 2, Frontier First Encounters, or in fact Elite Dangerous. So somewhere out there, maybe there is the Planet of the Trumbles, but there we go. So Doug Trumbull worked on 2001, Silent Running, Blade Runner, and other films. So yeah, some classic science fiction stuff with some really good special effects. So that's the sort of thing that David Braben probably would do. So they both he and Ian Bell were quite into that sort of sci-fi era stuff. So it sort of that sort of even if it isn't true, it's the sort of thing that might be true. Does that make sense? So alas, I don't think there's any evidence. I haven't found any evidence that Trumbles exist in the Elite Dangerous universe. I put one into the lore in my book just because I rather like the idea of Trumbles, and I was trying to sort of embrace all the original elites in some fashion. So that's the reason that there's a mention of Trumbles in Elite Reclamation, where Kahina has one as a pet when she's a young girl, because I just thought it was quite good. Why not? So there we go. They say if you crack a Trumble open, it reveals a map to Rexler. Well, maybe it does. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. I was going to say, forget Rexler. Let's get to the serious stuff about Trumbles. Well, that's right. Commander Datum, I did reference this. Yeah, they are mentioned in Elite Dangerous. If you look at some rubbish on the floor, there is I think it's Happy. There's a company, Happy something. Happy. What was it? Hang on, I put it in my notes. There we go. Happy Haulers. There we go. Happy Haulers. They've got hog roast that says contains Trumbles. So yeah, they're in Elite Dangerous in a very, very small fashion. So we should try and find one of those tonight. See if we can find one. But there we go. Unhappy meal, yes. And they're supposed to taste good, along with the tree grubs, which are also there as well. So that's all good. Ground Defences. Loved reading your books. Took me 13 months to read, but I'm dyslexic. Really enjoyed it. Good. I have got notes. Look, when I do a lore video, I do things properly. I read it in a serious voice and everything. You know, it's very different to my streaming persona. It's probably better than what I got in the sandwiches in Colonia, says David Timmer. Who knows? But who knows what a Trumble tastes like? It's one of those things that's lost now, the ancient mist of time. Do you have to peel them first, or is the fur technically edible like a cube? I don't know. I mean, I've always imagined them as sort of like a small, furry sort of chicken nugget, I suppose. Maybe you have to trim them in some sort of spinning machine, and then yeah, maybe you could just put them on. It depends how big they are. Maybe you get small ones, then just put them on a skewer. With a slice of lemon between each one, or maybe a bit of pineapple, or some peppers. Some peppers are good. Peppers and onions. Yeah. And the fur is like Andy Floss. Maybe it is. These poor Trumbles on the screen are now looking a little bit worried, aren't they? Trumble pizza. Yes. Yeah, sort of chicken poppers, that kind of thing. So we'll have to. So roasted and burns off the fur to a nice crunchy shell. Well, that sounds good. So maybe with a bit of barbecue sauce, I think they were good. Everything tastes like chicken. Trumble poppers. That's what we need. Anyway, right. Well, I suppose enough about them. We should. They may make an appearance because I just like the little graphics. I think they're quite cute. So I might just stick some on top of the screen just for fun. But we need to go and check out Serial Port, which is our new amazing base. So let's go to. I'm afraid there are no new galnets today. The battle in the Darn system is still ongoing. I understand. I did pop down there, which is why I'm on the way back. Take a small trip. So aren't we? I saw this in the chat. Doesn't it have a medium? Why doesn't it have a medium pad? It used to have a medium pad. Did they close down the medium pad under construction? So. What's going on? We should definitely. There should be Trumble emoji. Oh, you want Trumble emojis? Have I got? I don't know. Have I got any space? Let me go and have a look. That's not a bad idea, is it? Am I logged in? I don't know if I've got enough gaps for Trumble emoji. Let me just go and find out. See, this is what you. Let me switch that off. This is what the stream's all about, isn't it? Let's see. Oh, hang on, a dredger ship has been found, has it? Oh, you have to tell me more about that then. That sounds good. Right, let's just go to the where's my emoji page? No, don't have an emoji page. As soon as the construction completed, the large pad disappeared. That's nice. Oh, that was last week. Oh, it's the Scrivener's Dredger. Oh, it's back. Okay, well, for those of you who haven't seen the Scrivener's Dredger, it's definitely worth going to see. I did a lore video about that a while ago, actually. So that's quite good. I don't know how to find the emojis. Where are they? Oh, I'll do that another time. I'll see if I can get you some Trumble emojis in the future. We'll see what we can do. So there's no new Galnet as well. So construction sites always have all size pads. So what we're saying is, I'm pretty sure the construction though, it said medium pads. So that's a bit weird. Why is that? Anyway, let's go and find out. So we'll go to the playthrough now. Right, brace yourselves, my friends. It's time to get back into the game. Right. Let's resume the game. Right. Where are we going to stick the Trumble? Let's get our priority right. Yep. Right, let's add our little Trumble in because I mean I think they should just sort of sit on the dashboard, really, shouldn't they? That's where they always were. Now whoever thought Drew Wagar would be putting Commodore 64 graphics on his stream, but there we go. Actually, they're kind of the wrong way around. Actually, let's put that one looking that way, and that one looking that way. Then they're sort of, at least they're sort of paying attention, aren't they? Right. What I was doing. I was heading back to the Eulexia system to pick up my decent jump range ship. So.
Frameshift drive charging.
The finished port will have medium as its biggest after completing. Okay, isn't it? Has it not completed then, or is it we had not had the server tick long enough? Is that the problem? Because somebody told me on Discord it had already been finished, but has it not? Is it not updated? This is the problem with Thursdays. Okay, why does everything happen on a Thursday? It was Thargoids on Thursday. Yeah, so it's 100% complete. I'm pretty sure when we designed it, we specifically said we wanted a medium.
Fuel scooping.
I don't even know if I've got a small ship. Anyway, let me go and pick up my Mandalay.
Frameshift drive charging.
Never get the hang of Thursdays. No, it's a Cobra. The Cobra is small. I've probably got a Cobra Eulexia. I suppose I could take my old Cobra across. If that's the case. So why haven't we got a medium pad? I feel diddled. I feel like we've missed something. It says it only has small. Because the commander burns actually in the system. Okay, well I'll get the old Robert Holdstock out of mothballs. They've flown that for years. It's probably got a flat battery. We won't start. Right, where am I going? Manage Wagar. That's where my spaceships are stored. Let's go get those. You can just park next to it. Well, I wanted to have a drive around the rim of the crater in an SRB as well. Kind of do a little bit of tourist moseying around my own base. I think that's quite important. See what's actually like. Because the idea was it was kind of like a sort of small base of operations. Can you disembark? Yeah. So is that where we're going? Yes, it is. So we'll go to Was it HIP 69 something something something? It's not a very memorable system name, is it? Okay, so it won't have higher than the medium pad, but does it have a medium pad? Because everyone seems to be saying it doesn't. And I feel it should have a medium pad. I think I think basically, I think tonight's shenanigans are going to be SRV related. I feel need to have a race around the crater because I just fancy doing that. So can anybody is there anybody actually at Serial Port can confirm that it's only a small pad? Because I'm pretty sure it should have a medium pad. Could be a bit annoying if it doesn't. Look at the Discord pics. There's Simon on upload. Okay, let me pop into Discord for a moment. Hang on a minute.
Delacey Delta Romeo Echo. Submit a request before docking and enjoy your visit, Commander.
Discord's decided to download 6 gazillion updates. Why does it always do that to me? Right, anyway, let's go and get. Well, so do we think we need small ships? So I'll have to go and get my Cobra then, in that case, which is a bit annoying.
Request approved. Make
So
your way
let's
to
just
landing
check the
pad
station.
18.
We're going to have to build a bigger port, aren't we? I feel. Maybe we'll start that tonight. Let's get this Python Mark II parked.
Landing gear deployed.
That's pad 18.
Landing successful. Notifying ground crew. Glad you arrived safely, Commander.
Well, I'm very happy to be here. Right, so we're talking. Oh no, my car. Oh, hang on, that's my Great Phantom. I don't want that one. Where is? Oh, there's the Robert Holstock. It's not here. Oh, it's at Jameson. It's not in the right place. How far is? Why did I park it over there? How far is Sinatra Desert away? Oh, I probably came past it on the way. It's only 4 jumps. But I've got to go back again. Maybe I'll just, like you say, maybe I'll just. Is there at the outpost? Can you disembark and explore the outpost on foot? It's not far from Mandalay. No, you're quite right. I could swap to the Mandalay. Swap to the Cobra. Getting complicated. This. All my ships are in the wrong place. I'm pretty sure my Mandalay is here. Yes, it is. Okay. So I could fly this over to Sinatra Desert, couldn't I? Which is probably only 1 jump in this ship. Yep. Okay, so let's go. Let's go. I could take a taxi. Let's just save. Just sell some exploration data while I'm here because I think I've got a little bit building up. Oh, look at that. 0.7 billion credits. Okay, so an Odyssey settlement, so yes, all is outside. Okay. 2 pages. Do I need to pick up? No, I'll bring my Cobra across. It'd be worth getting the Cobra out of mothballs. So obviously I have flown it recently. Haven't haven't found a Cobra for ages. Let's go and get the Cobra. And then I can land at the port. Just sort of check it out. So does it have? Does the serial port have any indoory bits, or is it just a bunch of buildings?
Landing counter retracted. You are clear to
Landing
depart.
gear retracted.
Like it, 67 light years. More than one good.
Frameshift
one jump.
drive charging.
That's the way to do it. At least the Mandalay is appropriately named for the occasion. Thanks.
Clear of the station perimeter. We look forward to your return, Commander.
That'll be high.
4, 3,
Cobra should be reasonable jumping. It was sort of. Was it set as a multi-purpose ship? I can't remember. I'll check it's got an SRV though, because I think an SRV drive around the rim of the crater is definitely something we should do. Because that was one of the reasons we chose the locale. Right, Jameson.
fuel scooping.
Straight ahead of us. Let's go get that ship.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh, I've done that again. I can't get the hang of this Super Cruise overcharge. Is there a bit of a rule of thumb for it yet, like the 6-second rule for normal frame shift? Is there a sort of a percentage of the journey you can do in Super Cruise overcharge? There isn't, right? Okay. I was kind of hoping someone said, yeah, if you do 2/3 of the thing and then cut it out. There must be something like that. Someone's going to have to invent a formula. There must be it. Use the force. Okay, so it's the sort of ship in the distance. Yeah, I think when you're further out, it's kind of a little bit easier, isn't it? Whenever I've done it at relatively short range, I always get it wrong. Sometimes I end up further away than when I started. If you're far in the Mandalay, you can wait until it goes to 2s or 3s. Yeah, okay. That's short range. So it's a bit of a sliding scale, isn't it? Ooh.
Peterson, Delta, Romeo, Echo. Welcome to the station, Commander. Please fly safely.
My hyperdrive. Oh, it's dropped me straight into the base station.
Permission authorized. Please head directly for Bay 08.
It's a nice settlement, but there's no bar. See, we're going to have to. Well, we have got a bar in system, haven't we? So we do have our own bar, which is, I have to say, as well. Unfortunately, so we'll definitely end up back there at the end of the street. But yeah. Panda 8. Where's Panda 8?
Heavy traffic ahead, Commander. Fly safely.
Could have named the bar Bottle of Port.
Landing gear deployed.
So it's very good, Alan. It's the best settlement bar none. It is indeed. Oh, come. Okay. It's very basic with overzealous security
Ships on the
types.
ground. Perform landing checklist.
We'll
Station services
investigate
are at
it.
your disposal.
I'm adequately demonstrating the problem with Elite Dangerous at the moment. Is all your stuff is always in the wrong place. Mostly to do with my ships. I'm going to have to spend a bit of time getting all my ships back to one system, I think. Right, so let me go and get my Cobra now. Check it's got an SRV. So So the Robert Holdstock is here. Right, good. Okay. Does it have an SR? Oh, look, my little Cobra. My original ship. Outfitting. Does it have an SRV? Yes. It does. Is there an SRV in it? Well, apparently I've got one of both. I've got quite a chunky. See, this user interface drives me potty. Is there an SRV in there or not? It contains a Scarab SRV. It does contain a Scarab SRV. I don't want to replace the module. No, okay, so that's not showing. It's got an SRV in it. That's what I need to do. Right. Right, gotcha. Okay. Glad somebody's paying attention. Right, where am I going again? It's up here, isn't it? How long is it going to take? 6 jumps! Jesus. Should have really prepared for this stream, didn't I? Right, I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
Detachment complete. You are go for departure.
Oh yes, those engines. Looks like it's got a little supercharger in it. Right, let's get this ship on the road. What have we got on this ship anyway? Is it sort of set up as a... Yeah, it's got a few bits. It's sort of set up as a sort of multi-purpose ship, I think. A lightweight, small multi-purpose ship.
Clear of the station. We hope to see you again, Commander.
Where's the fun in preparation? Exactly. Preparation prevents piss poor performance, is what project manager is always fond of saying. Yeah, I think the planetary vehicle hangar was offline. I think I've got so much stuff on board that I have to switch it off. Otherwise I can't fire my guns. It's a bit annoying. So I switch it on when I land. Because I probably haven't done enough engineering on the ship, to be honest. But there we go. Anyway, let's get across. Go and check out Serial Port. And then it's SRVs at the ready. I should move all my ships to the same station. I should. You're quite right. That would be an excellent thing to have done with BGB. Top tip. There's no fun in preparation. Well, I mean, the problem with sometimes you have to sort of react to what's happening in game. Sometimes you don't. And sometimes the game just sits here in hyperspace forever and ever. Oh no, there it goes.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
I do appreciate all the efforts FDev have put in to speed up some of the stuff in the game, though, because particularly I think the SCO drive is one of the best things that they've put in the game recently. Of course, I'm not in my Cobra Mark III. I don't have a SCO drive. There is a dirt ramp, and you can jump over the whole base. Excellent. So yes, the SCO drive is there is fun. There are lots of Corsairs. People have bought them. They're big ships. Right, so everybody converge on Serial Port, and we'll see what the score is. Well, I want to see if I can land at the actual port. Oh, hang on. Discord has finally decided. Let's go to now. Update. Let me just have a quick look at what Cyber Army was posted. Where are these images? See, there we go. Yeah. Oh, it's looking good. Okay, that's looking good. Come, we're getting it now. Most of my time in Elite Dangerous has been preparing. We're not quite sure what for, but some people come up. You can certainly bring your Anaconda, Crispy. It's not a problem. It's just where you're going to land it. So as long as you can find somewhere to land, you'll be fine. Hopefully it will. Hopefully it will allow you to land. Hopefully the instancing will work and keep us all happy.
4, 3,
There's plenty of space. Yeah, there was quite a lot of flat area around. So don't park on the crater rim, though. Okay, that's the racetrack. I wonder if we're gonna need a ship actually to act. Actually, no, we need one spaceship parked on the crater rim. I think as the sort of maybe the start finish line, something like that. That could be quite good fun. What are the chances of the instancing working? Virtually none at all, I'm afraid.
fuel scooping complete.
We might have to play a little bit of instancing roulette. Use 2 anacondas as pointers. It'll be a room job now. Stop it. Stop it. Behave yourself, Alan. Someone's been on the whiskey tonight. What's this system? The Kayambalbliya system. Kumbaya system.
4, 3, 2, 1.
One of the reasons we built the base here is there was a nice crater and a mountain. It wasn't outrageously big, but it was okay. Did we do our calculations correctly on the tidal locking? Does the gas giant still hold in position from the perspective of the base? Because that was important as well.
System scan complete.
Almost there.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, it's looking good. Okay, so that's good. We've got the tidal locking right. I feel quite happy that I've got a tidally locked world. That's good. Just put my spaceship.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, melting ship. Yeah, beep, beep, beep. I should be watching. I should be there.
Temperature critical.
Then we can
Fuel scooping.
enjoy the wonder that is the cereal port. Well, yeah, I'm just being cautious in case there are any Trumbles actually on board my ship. You know, so you've got to cook them, right?
Fuel
Very
scooping
important.
complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, is that good? Yeah, they're still. I've managed to kill these little Trumbles here. Trumble 1 and Trumble 2. Cool. Need to give them some names. Maybe this one's David. This one's called Ian. What do you think? Oh, you can't see my mouse pointer. So the blue one I think is David. David the Trumble, and the grey one is Ian the Trumble. So David and Ian.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Naughty. Right, there's MIDI port. Where is? Okay, where is? Where's my base? Okay. Do I have to scan the system? I should have already been here. Or there could be Jenny and Jenny. Trumble Dum and Trumble D. Jenny Trumble. Why haven't I got? Why can't I see the port from? It's on this planet, isn't it? It's. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's down there. See report. So we put it on the south. Well, I don't know which pole it is actually. It's kind of the south pole, isn't it? Based on that. It's not showing up on the scan. I don't have the settlement filter switched off. Ah, that might have been it. Well, now this is why I need the SCO drive, right? So, oh, wrong ship. I hope they don't have any disagreements. No, Ian, David, and Ian on board my ship are gonna have to be well behaved. So there's no repair, no anything at Sewerport. So what was the point of building? I mean, we built the settlement because it was cheap, obviously. We don't do things by halves on the stream. We do things by quarters. So I know we built the settlement because it was cheap and quick. So is it literally a bit pointless? It's got one small pad and that's it. We're gonna need a bigger port. That is what we're going. So are we going to have to embark on building a massive proper port? I mean, yeah, I suppose it's an agricultural settlement. What else is going to be there? Could have been worse. We could have built a hub. So what sort of things should we aim to build? Do we need to build a proper city? I know, because I need to build more stuff in order to get points or something, don't I? We ought to investigate that at some point. You built it for the build points. Okay, that's right. Yeah, I do remember. Maybe a parallel port or scale. We went through this last week, Commander Rob Sabotage. Still what the next port should be called. Settlements being points. Okay, so we just got to build more settlements to get more points. Why is that? Where's the law around that? Right? Because that feels a bit too gamey for my liking. Why can't we just start building a big port? Because FDev. What's needed is a pleasure hub called Joystick Port. Yeah, like Joystick Port. What the points make? Settlements. Yes, that's oh dear. You've got to grind. We got to grind again. Always grind. There is only the grind. That serial port. See, we always moan that we couldn't make our own mark on the galaxy. With our serial port. Joystick Pleasure Palace. So look, at least we got the tidal locking. We put the moon on the South Pole so that it always has a nice view of the gas giant. And we're tidally locked so it doesn't move in the sky, which is nice. I should also point out that joystick plugs into the MIDI port. It does, you're quite right. You are absolutely correct. Top shot. Good knowledge of ancient PCs there. Right, let's go landing. Let's check out our base. Does Serialport have its own transportation system? I imagine it would be easy to get around the serial bus. All the geeky jokes are happening. Woo! Come on, why's my ship wobbling? There were a few geezers about. Look at that! Look, there's our nice. We've entered a new weapon zone. There's our nice crater. There's the pad.
Docking request denied.
Docking in space. And so we've got a single base. Somebody else is docking at the moment, I'm guessing. Now I can't see any of you here in my instance at all. I can see Crispy, somebody's on the pad. There's an NPC. Excellent. And oh, no, it's Commander Wintermute on the pad, according to my screen. Unman the Commander Wintermute. Invite more people to the team. So am I going to just have to land somewhere rough? Ugh. Take a empire. Land over here.
Landing gear deployed.
Let's get switch the landing bay on. Two people have got. I know. There we go. Now I can just wait a minute. I'll put my scarab. Okay, so there's my gas giant check.
Low gravity warning.
So this is our amazing base that we built. Very exciting, isn't it? There's not a great deal here, actually, is there? And it's quite cool that we've sort of made a very, it's pretty cramped as well. Very small mark on the Elite Dangerous universe. That squeezed through there. Who would put a lamppost there? It is, it's very basic. It's not easy to drive around with an SRV. At all. I don't think this is working very well. Oh. Security guard there looking at me going, what is he doing? Oh, now I've got real trouble with it. I can get back out again. Dunk. It's definitely something that I should probably be exploring on foot, really, isn't it? So you guys are all in the other instance. Okay, so that's not good. We should definitely speak to the architect. Okay, so how are we going to get everybody into this instance? How are we going to do that? Everybody is in on the other instance. Oh, I can see Commander Crispy has arrived. Right, I think Commander Crispy and Wintermute, we're going to have to fly off, aren't we, and come back. Try and get who is in the other instance that I'll try and add you to the team, Commander Eric. That's a good plan. Oh. Right. Eric Blonder, right. I've sent an invite to you. Hopefully that will work. We may need to. It's probably going to be easier for us to take off and try and get back into the instance. I suppose if we can get everybody into the same place. Right. Okay, hang on, Drew's to Cyber Army. Or one more into the wing. Okay, who else can we... Who else should we add in? Cyber Army, maybe? Right, I'll add Cyber Army. Okay. And then presumably we're going to have to take off. Do a... Do a jump out of here and jump back in.
Landing gear retracted.
Team beacons on and stuffs.
Frame shift drive charging.
Here we go.
4,
See if we get this to work.
2, 1.
Yes, this is the least version of the Unofficial. There we go. You jump out and jump back in. That's what I'm attempting to do now. So, oops. Let's do that time warp again. So I can see Commander Crispy down there. I can see something else. Well, I can see. Oh, I can see the Cyber Army's team signal. Let's see. That's cool. Or does Crispy need to leave? Oh. Oops, Drayton Darkstar. Oops, pressed the wrong button and shot somebody. Oh, I'm seeing targets. I can see some ships. What's this on? Looks like Crispy again. I'm still in the wrong instance, aren't I?
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay. Let's try this again. Serial killer. Eridan Dun Dragon.
2, 1.
Very good.
Engage.
Right. So I'm in Super Cruiser. Should reset the instance if I'm out there. So has Cyber Army, has Crispy 77 also got out of the Commander Welsh Dragon? And I can see Eric Vonzer now in Super Cruise. So we should be able to get back down, shouldn't we? So let's try. Jesus, Elite just being a pain. Right, am I dropping down now? Where is the base? There we go. Let's try this again. Elite being a pain. I can see a team signal. I can see Commander Crispy's SRV, but that's all I can see. Oh, Crispy. Right. Okay. That's what's not working. Crispy, you need to leave the. You need to jump into frame shift as well. Otherwise, it's not going to reset. Is that right? No, I know. I can see Welsh Dragon, and I can see. Where are you, Cyber Army? I can't. Somebody behind me, who's that? I can see Wintermute. I can see MP Tulby now. Welsh Dragon. Oh, I can see quite a few people now. Who's this behind me? Ah, I can see Commander Eric a long way off. Yeah, looks like you guys come to us. It's very hard to organise this stuff, isn't it? Okay, so am I landing then? Oh, it's Cripsy. Sorry, it's not crispy.
Landing gear deployed.
Get that right. Sorry. I've been misreading it. Right, let's have a while people are sorting out the instancing. Let's I'm gonna get a little wander around the base because why not? Okay, so it's a pretty cheap and cheerful little settlement, isn't it? There's one system here. This is the power building. Is there a way in? Some stairs. I was hoping for an entrance or something. You can't get into the inflatable tents. No, that is a bit disappointing as well. Can't see a way into any of these buildings. Oh, there's an entrance. Oh, hello. That's not very nice. Do you know who I
I
am?
want to make sure you're behaving yourself.
Oh, I think I'm okay.
I thought commanders always respected the law. Get going.
Oh, that's charming. Can I not go in here?
Try that again.
Okay, I can. So I'm allowed inside my own building. Excellent. What's inside here? Anything? There's a restricted area there. And a restricted area over here. Which I need to have a different ID pass. Which I don't have, obviously. Oh well, at least there's an inside. And they're not very friendly guards on the outside. Okay, fair enough. There she is. But...
Trying to make trouble.
yeah. She's definitely a no-nonsense sort of person, isn't she? Are we either of us going to blink? There's another one.
Back up.
Ooh, she's not very friendly, is she? Who's this guy?
Watch yourself.
Very, very, very bad tempered. We just have a nice chat. Heard it up. Just totally ignoring the SRV flying through the air behind them. Anyway, right, let's go and get my. Where is my ship? It's over here somewhere, isn't it? Okay, so I've got some very bad-tempered staff. You'd have thought, given that I'm technically the boss. Am I technically the boss here? Ooh, there's a skimmer. Ooh, that was a very fast skimmer. Anyway. Right, how are we doing instance-wise, by the way? Let me see if I can get my SRV out. Anybody who's got an SRV, follow me to the top of the hill. Then let's go for a drive. Check out the local area. We're doing a car meet this evening. I've decided. It's looking good. Okay, there's lots of people here. Right, so we're going to drive. Hey, okay.
Low gravity warning.
Yes, that's true. XCOM on Frontier did do that. Right, so where is the crater rim? Is it? It's up between these two mountains, isn't it? Okay, so follow me, everybody. You can see me as an SRV. Because we've got a shadow here, haven't we? think it's up this way. Let's try and go full throttle in the dark. Because what could possibly go wrong? I think it's up here. Try the SRVs for one. Is this the crater ring? I'm sideways on something at the moment. Is this the crater? I've got no idea where we are. Right, there's the base. Right. Okay, so it should be in this direction. We should be able to see it. Maybe it's just over the rise here. There it is in the distance. There we go. Ask this geezer. That's it, follow me everyone, I know where I'm going. I think, there we go, there's the crater rim, there we go. Right, okay, so, we're going to go clockwise around the rim. I think this is, I've decided this is the start point, okay? Everyone line up here, put your handbrakes on. I should be able to do an exterior cam, there we go. Right, and I go to external camera and zoom out. There we go. How many SRVs? I've got a whole bunch of SRVs. There we go. That's quite nice. Right. So there we go. We're sort of up here. Is it? I suppose it might be worth dismissing our ships as well, because they'll probably dismiss themselves otherwise. So we basically got to get back to this mountain here. And we'll see if we can drive around the rim of the crater. Kart world by Drew. Yeah, just fancy doing a little bit of car driving. Right. So, okay. So it's, I suppose it's kind of anything goes. So everyone, the route around the rim of the crater. Right, what we do? Because well, we'll do a rolling start, gently rolling start. Let's see how we do. So I'll follow me around, and it's just who can get around the crater fastest. Basically, I think sort of NASCAR style. Are we ready, my friend? Let's see how this goes. One. Well, I'll count down sort of from 10, and then I'll give a couple of seconds for you to catch up on the stream, because otherwise it won't be a bit fair. So we'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! 1, 2, 3, now go! Oh, and Eric Von is taking the lead. Like, woo, it's a bit of a jump. Well, the Crispy is doing very well over there. Oh, the train's looking a bit rough. Oh, no, I've spun out. Massive rock in the way. See, the train's a bit tricky here. We need the ability to move the terrain train. Right, there we go. It's smooth again. Up again. Now we can nail it again. That's get on the edge of the crater rim there. Form of the Drew. That's what we need. Crispy's doing really well. He's like 400 meters ahead of me. No, I've done that again. Just jumped off the crater rim. Oh, I busted something. How much damage did I do? Oh, 17%. So you've obviously got to get around the course intact. It's a bit rough here. Right, there we go. Oh, ow, it's bouncing a bit. Come on, get straight. No. Where does the SLB sometimes just seem to just spin? It's a bit weird, isn't it? Totally lost crispy and raging. Can't seem to be ahead of me anymore. No, spun out. Oh no, he was right behind me as well. No. On his tail. Ah, come on, go straight. Ah, did it. Oh, it is round. I'm really bashing my chassis. Oh, it's being crispy still. No, I keep calling them crispy as well. Cripsy. Stop it. Oh, spin again. How are we doing? What the hell how far around this course you actually are? Down. Maybe curves with the edges. So they rock right in the face. 55%, I'm going to have to be a bit careful, otherwise I'm going to make it round. Go straight. Cheating a little bit by cutting the corner there. Oh, hull integrity. 50%. This is quite a dangerous pastime, actually, isn't it? Running at this sort of speed. Where does it do that? It looks like it swaps ends. Is that the mountain? I think that is, isn't it? This has got a massive lead. So I can't drive. It's not leaving. It's the top of the mountain that's the finish line, really, isn't it? Is that, yeah, that's the gas giant directly ahead of us. It's going all out. Uh-oh. I may have overcooked this. I'll get to the top of the mountain. Oh, Crispy's got right over the top. Excellent. I think Crispy wins. Cripsy. That's the start point, isn't it? Where's he gone? He's back down there. Yeah. Actually, we kind of need a marker. I'm saying that you can't put a marker down. I think Cripsy wins there. How badly banged up is my ship? 46. Wasn't so bad. Second part of the lap. Oh, I could have put more power into engines, couldn't I? That's right. Maybe we could use that geezer as a mark, because that's presumably there. Well, it's actually quite good fun, that. Well done, Commander Cripsy, for being the premier over the Drew championship leader. Yes, I suppose I could have gone faster than that. Never mind, I kind of wanted my system. So I think, while we wait for everybody else to cross the finish line, let's have a look at that. How's it? People are still rolling in, which is quite fun. Did anybody actually die? Or are we all good? I can see somebody still driving around the back there, actually. Well, I'm glad we got a racetrack. Oh, someone's creeping in from the other side. Someone's right behind over there. I can see a light driving around. Who's that over there? It was definitely a Rocky. There is an SRV, or there's just a random light moving around on the ground over there. Somebody is trying to head this way. Right. Later. That's a geezer down at the bottom of the... So, there we go. The first successful race. So actually that little geezer there, assuming that is actually always there. Actually, there we go, someone's coming over the top. The best racing track is a large construction site. There you go, somebody's coming back down. I don't know who it is. I don't feel too bad coming second place, actually. Quipsy is Max Verstappen. So, anyway, so that was good. Right, let's have a look. I'm curious now. Let's have a look in the actual crater. I'll try and be a bit more careful now. Let's do some. Can we actually do any with this geezer that's here? Can we actually do something with it? The turret. Let's. Can I scan that? Can we do some science with this? So composition scan. Science. Category biological and geological silicate vapor fumarole. Ah. Nice. Okay, so that just allows me to scan that one. We could always shoot it. There's another one. I saw another one down in the bottom of the crater. So let's go down to the bottom of the crater. Don't want to scratch the paintwork. Could be a very nice yellow. Let's go down to the bottom of the crater and see if I can, because I'm pretty sure I saw another one down there. I'll take it a bit easier now. My insurance. Yeah, so over there, straight in front of me, is. Let's go down the slope here. Is another. No, if I shoot them first. No, for science. We've got to do some sciencing. So do we have to? No, handbrake doesn't. There it is. It's not a very big crater, is it? It's a decent size. It's another one. Jumping over the base using the mountain as a ramp is fun. Okay, we should definitely try that. Where are we starting from? Just drove into the back of me. Okay, so Right, okay, so let's get back to the base then. Where be this jumping of bases? What's that? We've used this not before. Oh! Elite Dangerous 64 has encountered a problem that it cannot continue from. We apologise for the inconvenience. Shall I submit a crash report? I'm going to say, I was streaming! Send. Right, my copy of Elite Dangerous just crashed, I'm afraid. It was that rampack wobble, that's what it was. Fortunately, my Trumbles have survived intact. So now I'm going to be in the wrong instance. Not working. Maybe there are too many Trumbles inside my SRV there. Gripsy says he found some rocks. Am I insured with Lloyd's of London? I could tell you that story, but I won't. So yeah, so this stuttering, is that a thing? Because I noticed it a few times when I've been playing the game now. That every so often it just stutters for about 3 or 4 seconds and then seems to fix itself. Is that a known issue nowadays? Because it seems a bit. I found it very bad. Yeah, I must admit, I haven't noticed it before, but I've noticed it the last couple of weeks. Right, I'm back here. Well, I don't know if any of you are here anymore, of course. And I don't know where the base is. In fact, I am now completely lost. I'm going to head up this mountain because... Yeah, on 5-minute intervals. Okay, so that is a bit weird, isn't it? You guys are back in my team, but are you actually here? Is the question. So I'm hopeful at the top of this mountain I can see where the base actually is. Unfortunately, we can't climb. No. This is cool. Oh yeah, so you can fly over the mountain. It's quite nice. Very much on my way down. I think I'm going to have to repair my SRV. Surprise, surprise, my ship has disappeared. So I presume I'm going to have to park somewhere beyond the base, somewhere on my ship. Let's do that. Recall my ship. I think my SRV needs a fix. Where's my ship? Okay, so very much so since I've started me after colonisation dropped. So it's probably something to do with that then. Why isn't my ship recalled? Yeah, I don't see anybody else here at the moment. I don't see my ship either. Where is it? Into... Cannot board, move to ship. Where is my ship? All I can see is people. Can anyone see a Cobra Mark III park around here? Oh, look at that. Well, I think we should go and check that out. Where are we going? Let's see what settlement options we've got, how many points we have, and what the plan for the expansion of our amazing empire should therefore be. So presumably we have to be. So do I have to go back to Midiport to speak to the mission dude, or is it okay here? So let's just go to the system map for the moment. So we can build another ship. We've got a number of spots for building space bases, but that's not really what we want, is it? So we can build another base here, or we could build 2 more. So what's the best thing to do? Let's go to. This is where we are. So, see, I don't understand the UI at all. So it's saying we can. So how do I build another base here? I should be able to do it from here. Okay, so talk me through this again. I'm in architect view. Best thing is to build a Death Star. Okay, it just says travel to the planet and find a good place for a new planetary. Behind a Trumble, it states your points. Okay. Okay, I've got construction. Sorry, yeah, right, it's just. I'll put the Trumble on my shoulder. There we go. I've got my pet Trumbles. There we go. We've got We've got 1 construction points for yellow things and 1 construction points for green things. Okay, so looks like a T2 and a T on T1. Okay, so what do I want to build? T equals tier, right? Okay, so how do I do that? So do I just need to fly around until we find a convenient spot? I think if we're going to do this, on this planet, we'd probably want to go to the opposite pole, wouldn't we? So we still want a decent view. Alan says, "God, I hand it to them. This is absolutely the most frontier way to do this. What do I want to do? Well, I don't know what I want to build because I don't know what the options are. What I want at this point in the game is, what are my options? What can I build? Where are my choices? Where's that list of settlement-y things that we had before? How do I? Is that the settlement suite? So I have to activate that somehow. Yes, it's the shit. A barn. You're asking too much. Okay, so when we built that base, we had the settlement suite. Where is that? I can't even find it on my list of. Does this ship even have a thing installed? There it is. It just hasn't got a. Okay, so it didn't have a file group associated with it. Okay, so there's this. Right, there we go. How difficult is this? Right, so what do we want here? Can we build a planetary port? Is the question. A tier 3. We don't. Okay, we don't have sufficient construction points. It doesn't tell us how many construction points we need to have. We just put the Trumbles that way. Because they're not helpful, are they? Okay, but how many do I need? Oh yeah, I've got... Oh, hang on. Oh, that stuff is going wrong now. Why is my oxygen going off? Something's entirely busted. Ah! There we go. I think I've just got a fine from my own base for doing something. What the... No, this is all going wrong. I've got a fine. What's all this rubbish here? Explorer on tour, Ice Storm Squadron, and Lave Radio Network. What? Okay. It's fine. Okay, so build a settlement, light a fire. So, okay, hang on. So there's my existing base. Right, hang on. Let's fire this thing again. Right. So last week we built a settlement. Right. Which was an agriculture settlement, wittily named Serial Port. Lave Radio's Revenge. Right. So am I allowed to build another one of those? So let's build an extraction one. No, we're not allowed to build one of those either. Is that because we're too close to the existing one? Tourist ones have a bar. Bars are good. Oh, missing required facility. So we need to build a satellite. Why do you need a satellite? Okay, so we can't build that. Can we build a planetary outpost? Yes, I think. Okay, so we could build, there we go, we could build an outpost which does have a large landing pad. And I can begin construction right now. Good old box. Obviously, you need a set. So it says I can build it here. Oh no, it can't. No, it's too close to Serial Port. Right. Okay, so that's fair enough. Okay, so we need to. We can build a civilian outpost on the other side of the planet. Right. So let's go to the other side of the moon. See if we can build a planetary outpost. It does have large hubs and hopefully a bar.
Cannot comply. Landing gear retracted. Cannot comply.
Manual says it's 100 kilometers. There's a manual?
Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging.
Well, my guns were out. Oh, there we go. Right, so let's try the opposite side of the moon, because I still want the view, right? It's important to still have the view. So that should be taking us directly up. Yes. Okay, so we'll try and find a place on the other side of the moon. Get to orbital cruiser, nasty. Yes, we will, Cripsy. We're definitely going to find a location. We won't get a base build, but we should be able to mark it out. Yes, wouldn't it be cool if you could? Right, so Serial Port should be directly in front of us. Right, so that's not where we want to be. We want to be on the far side of the planet. near the Terminator.
Orbital flight engaged.
So, out there. We can still be able to see the gas giant, don't we? So we should be able to.
Orbital flight engaged.
Oh, it's a bit tricky, this one. The North Pole isn't quite supplying the sun, is it? Let's fly around the limb here a little bit. I still won't be able to see the gas giant come on. 1.5 spot. Tricky, this one. Clear of the Terminator here. There is a big mountain underneath me, yeah, but I need to be able to see the gas giants coming. These aren't very big mountains here. Mountain ranges. There's quite a chunky one just over there. The gas giant is now totally sideways. What's going on here? See what I need to do. I need to lock onto MIDI port. Not MIDI port. Why doesn't that tell me that? Serial port. Lock onto that. Fly away from the planet a bit. So I can figure out where serial port is and then go somewhere else. That makes sense. So I can sort of see the opposite side of the planet. So what I really want is serial port on the opposite side of the planet to where I am. Where is serial port? It's up there. So this here should be therefore the opposite side of the planet.
Orbital
Right?
flight engaged.
So where is the gas giant? It's there. Okay. So if we go down, there's serial port. So we kind of want to land somewhere down here to get the opposite side of the moon, don't we? I don't know. I'm sure my astrophysics is working here. It looks like a good spot. That's a nice. We could see what we could dump it in the middle of a massive crater. Should we do that? Should we do the opposite? Let's bung it in the middle of it. See if we can bung it right in the middle there. That would be quite fun. Let's try that. I'm going for the biggest ass crater that I can find. There we are. Put the base right in the middle of the crater. And we actually put it here in the dark. That's where I want to put it. But the shadows are super dodgy. Although this is a tightly locked base, isn't it? So with that is that it's going to be perpetual darkness, isn't it? That shadow is awful, isn't it? Not sure that's a good idea either. Yeah, so I might be able to see the perpetual darkness is great for tourism. Let's go to the top of the thing here. See, we can't. We say we can only. The problem with this is we can't even see the gas giant from here. So that's no good either.
Cannot
Try
comply.
and find the right spot. Not easy.
Cannot comply. Cannot
guns out. Definitely get this. Finding the spot is the hardest part. Definitely. Right, can I do an external cam? That's what I need to do. There we go, look. That's all right. Right. Pitch down a bit here. There's the... Yeah, but we're not going to be able to see the gas giant. We picked such a good location last time. This isn't really going to work, is it? Yeah, so the place we spotted last time was the best one. There are really nice nebulas and things to view from space. We could get the Milky Way maybe in the background or something. Where's the Milky Way? Oh, there's the Milky Way. Really? Right, okay, let's try that. Let's go this way. Let's get the Milky Way visible through space. Gripsy's got to go. Was it PitCon this weekend? Well, have fun whoever's going to that. There we go. We've got the 1 and the 5 are this way. Let's see if I can get the Milky Way sort of horizontal across the screen. Yeah, I'm just being picky as to my locale. Alright, now we need a nice... There we go. Oh, don't drop from orbital cruise. Too late. Okay, now I need a nice mountain or something. That's quite a nice... There we go, there's quite a nice big crater there that looks like it's always in sunshine. That'll do. Let's bung it over there. We've sort of got the Milky Way in the background. That's quite pretty. None of these craters have central peaks either. But this one's quite good though, it's got a nice, well-formed crater rim. Looks reasonably flat in the middle. I'm going to bung it in there. It's not in darkness. Let's whack it in there. Okay, so we already hover. Engines, reverse, stop! Right, here we go. Right, planetary port. We want a planetary outpost. We can afford to do. Okay, so what type do we want here? Hestia. Oh, those are the pictures. So we want one with some pointy bits on it. Oh, these are quite good. Should be fancy. Oh, that one's got geodesic domes. That one's got. Oh, we've got to have geodesic domes. Sorry, got to have that one. There we go. Look at that. All right, so where are we going to put it? That looks quite cool, doesn't it? Let's put that there. How do I place it? What do I have to do? I didn't do anything. Does blue mean that doesn't work? Doesn't seem to. Oh, select this location, joystick 3. What? Here we go. Oh. Right. It does have a column. Yeah, that's actually. Oh, it's got solar panels. It's actually quite nice, isn't it? There we go. So what do we have to hang it? Do we have to jump? Did you say I've got to jump out now? Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? Okay, I've got to log out and log back in again. Okay. Oh, no, just super cruise out. Okay.
Incoming message.
Right. Okay, Pasternak berth. Oh, I can see the bit of the base. No, it's not. It's now. It's gone a bit off center. Oh. Oh well. Not really. Gonna need more arcs, aren't I, to rename it? Still, at least we've got base in a crater. Okay, so what's happening down here? Is there a docking port? There's some stuff happening. Okay, that's actually quite cool. Okay, so this is where the buildings start. I'm going to need more arcs. So, let's just have a little look at that. Okay, there are pads here. So this one's called.
Docking request granted.
Allow me to dock.
Landing gear deployed.
And all the stuff.
Docking successful.
That arrived quick, didn't it?
Engines disengaged.
Off-center crater bases, the ones here. Okay. Okay, so construction services. So that's what's going on. Why is it anonymous access? So let's just rename facility. Okay, so these are the. Have I got? Corn nook. Rah plant. Corn industry. Kook plant. Sanchez on a Stammers plant. Rivera Vision. I don't know, how did I manage to get a fine? Winter Garden. Shame it's not Winter Mute Garden. Oh, I did get fined early, didn't I? You're quite right. The Winter Garden. That's actually quite a good NPC name. I quite like that. The Winter Garden. I'll keep that. I'm gonna keep that for now, I think. This name will be applied. Confirm. Let's go for the Winter Garden. That's actually quite good. So does that update? Right, there's obviously stuff to build here. Oh yeah, look, Winter Garden. The Winter Garden. I don't know who Pasternak was, so that's mad. Yeah. So can I pay my fine? There's no way to do that, is there? Okay, I can't do anything. Okay, so it's the usual stuff we need to go and find. So I'll go and take a screen grab. Oh, Pasternak wrote Lolita. Ooh, see, look, there's Wintermute being very cultured. There we go. Let me just take a scan of that for the Discord. You still wasn't called Lady Garden. Yes, I think that's probably fair enough. Okay, so we're on our way to slowly building a bigger, chunkier base, aren't we? There we go. Stick those in the Discord so we've got a reference of what we need to build. Okay, so what time is it? No, I haven't got time to do it. We've got to go to the bar, alas. So I suppose I ought to go back to Midiport and take off my fine, really, and beat everyone at the bar.
Raised. Engines engaged.
At least that's quite a cool location for a base. So we've got them. It's a Milky Way. Let's head to Midiport.
Landing gear retracted.
To the bar to pay the fines. We'll probably end up renaming that anyway, but it wasn't a bad one to start with.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2.
You wrote Dr. Shivango.
Engage.
Nabokov was leader. Okay. It's in the song by the Police, yeah. That book by Nabokov. Yeah, the old man. That's it. Don't stand so close to me. Funny hell, these things all come together. Well, I haven't got the SCO drive here because I've only got this boxy Cobra. What's that like? It's his hands start to shake like the old man in the book by Nabokov. That's it. Okay, weirdly last week when I got fined at Serial Port, I couldn't pay the fines off at Midiport. That's annoying. I'll have to find out with it. So maybe I'll need to find it. It's still a factor to pay my bad boy fines off. Oh dear. I'm going to have to do this the slow way. Right, everybody to the bar quickly. Everybody who's at the bar, to the bar. We'll see if we can build a new base. So we've got to keep doing this until we have enough construction points to build the biggest bases. So this should help, presumably. Oh, I've forgotten how slow this is without the SCO drive. It's really slow, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, the people at I apologise for the conduct of the people at Serial Port. They're very officious down there. We need to have words with them to sort of chill out a bit. It's a shame they don't put in little things that to acknowledge the system architect, isn't it? Because that would be a cool feature. Like, oh, it's you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The boss is in town, you know. Or you could have it sort of like a Bugsy Malone style. Yeah, boss. No worries. We'll put the squeeze on those other guys for you. Something like that would be really good. There's plenty of dough in a bank, boss. Or maybe since it's an agricultural base, maybe it should be a bunch of farmers. They say, oh, why? Oh, yeah, the cider will be good now, sir. Fancy a weed ram? I don't know. Stuff like that really good. Look at the majesty that is Midiport. With its 4 pointy things. Oh, no, I'm not allowed here either.
Delta Romeo Echo. Please comply with flight regulations as you approach the station,
Bad
Commander.
boy, at my own port.
Access granted. Adjust heading for approach to pad 2-1.
Oops. Oh, got that badly wrong. Now, Jam. Ship on the nose rack. Nobody saw that.
Take note of speed restrictions, Commander. Slow down.
She sounds like my mum. Yeah, my Cobra doesn't handle very well. I think I need to have a play with the thrusters. It seems to I'm too used to an over-engineered ship. This one drifts quite a lot. I think that's the problem. I haven't engineered this ship, so it feels a bit rubbish.
Contact. Docking restraint.
Right, so I've got to pay some money, have I? Legal facility, that's what I need. Oh, look at these outrageous fines I've got here. And stuff. Right, am I good? Am I allowed back now? Oh, I'm still not allowed back. What do I have to do? So, I haven't got any... Is it administration? Oh, add myself in. No, I don't want to do that. There we go. Paid off my fines. I'm a good boy again. There we go. The Cobra 5 is much nicer. I haven't tried the Cobra 5 yet. I presume it's not yet available for in-game credits, is it? So we'll have to get that when it is. Oh, I'm going to get off here at Midiport. Make my way to a well-earned cup of glue. Oh look, there's a Corsair. Now, is there any debris? We want to have a look around, actually, didn't we, for anything, pizza boxes or anything? I don't think there are at the moment. There's not much debris about. I mean, my system's in a reasonable state, so we can't see if the Trumbles stuff is about. I do like the Mandalay, must admit. I do like the Mandalay. So there's a column there. What was the Trumbull message on? Was it on a pizza box or something like that?
I need someone with steady nerves and...
There's Felix. Okay. Who is here? Is it anybody else at the bar? Is it just me and Felix? We're the only ones who made it this week. Oh, here comes Eric as well. Congratulations, Commander. Just a few of us made. I must hire some cleaners. Yes, so it's been a tough week at Midiport. We're all in the other instance. Oh, see, that's just this game, this instancy thing. So, I want to see, is there an advert for the? Is there an advert for the tree grubs anywhere?
We've got the means. Have you got the metal?
Big shuttles. I have seen them, but I don't see them at the moment. Never mind. Well, it looks like it's just Eric and myself, and where's the other guy? Eric's here. Get somebody else. Oh, Felix is here as well. Anyway, so congratulations, commanders. Well done.
The fastest route between here and my home system is not
Oh,
the safe
Wintermute
one.
is on his
I
way.
see what you mean.
Okay, we'll wait for Wintermute to catch up, then we'll have a then we'll round up. So we've got another base to build. The conquest of the galaxy continues. We'll continue building that out. And then yeah. So I'd like to build a proper big planetary. We've got a space station. We do need a planetary settlement. I feel so that would be quite good as well.
Interested in a job? I'm looking for the right person to do the wrong thing.
Oh, see, offer you can't refuse. Take care, my friends. Thank you very much. Here comes Wintermute. There he is. He's sprinting up the corridor. Congratulations, Wintermute. Well done for getting here. That's brilliant. Right, my friends, it is time. I need to find a streamer to go and raid, of course. So, any suggestions on who we can go and scare the willies out of? It's our tradition at the end of the stream to find the Twitch streamer streaming Elite Dangerous who has the least amount of viewers online at that particular time, and to therefore give them a raid a little bit of a boost. Commander Andrew Johnson has been suggested.
I'm glad I got some
excuse me?
combat training.
Sooner or later, you get dealt a bad hand. All you can do is be ready for it.
Yeah.
Yes, ideally somebody we haven't raided before. Actually, we have raided some of these along, haven't we?
There are
So
still a few peaceful
we
spots in the
have
galaxy, but in the
Static
long
we've done
run, you've gotta be
before.
ready for
Rosa
anything.
Tequila, I don't think we've raided them before. They've got 10. Yeah, okay. Let's try them. Here we go. Rosa. Either they've only got 10. And then type. Here we go. Right. I'm going to send you all across to Rosa Tequila. Engaging raid mode.
You know, I've been thinking.
Take care, my friends. Thank you very much for the company tonight. Really appreciate it. And I will send you across there now. Be good. See you soon. And run, commanders.
Uncharted
Watch out for their Trumbles.
All you need is a decent